You've probably never thought about why the magician always goes first at the company party, but trust me, there's a dark and beautiful science behind it. Event vendors who perform early in a program are basically playing a psychological chess match with your brain before you've even touched the shrimp cocktail. Here's the sneaky thing about human attention. It's not a flat line, it's more like a roller coaster that starts high, dips in the middle, and sort of wakes back up at the end. So if you're a performer who gets booked in that first slot, you're actually sitting on prime real estate, like owning beachfront property, before anyone else showed up with their towels. Early performers know they have what scientists call a fresh audience, which is just a fancy way of saying you haven't been bored into a food coma yet. They use this window to do something called anchoring, where they plant a strong first impression so powerful that everything else gets compared to it for the rest of the night. Think of it like the first song on your favorite album. It sets the whole mood before you've even committed to listening. Vendors who understand this show up with their highest energy, their biggest hook, and sometimes their loudest prop, because they know your brain is wide open and hungry for something to latch onto. There's actually a memory phenomenon called the serial position effect that's been studied since the 1800s, and it basically says we remember beginnings and endings way better than middles. Early vendors are basically exploiting this loophole in your brain's filing system, and honestly, good for them. Now here's where it gets interesting. Going first also means you control what we call the emotional temperature of the room. A crowd that laughs early is a crowd that stays loose, and a loose crowd is way more likely to stay engaged, tip generously, and tell their friends about the entertainment. Some performers even build callbacks into their early sets, which are little jokes or moments they plant like seeds so a later part of the show can reference them. It's like leaving a breadcrumb trail through someone's memory, which sounds creepy but is actually just really clever storytelling. The mistake a lot of event vendors make is thinking the early slot is a punishment, like being asked to bring the salad to a potluck. In reality, smart vendors treat it like a gift because they get to shape the entire narrative arc of the event before anyone else gets a word in. Corporate event planners have started catching on to this too, which is why you'll see high-energy acts, comedians, and interactive speakers strategically placed at the top of a program. It's not random scheduling, it's basically emotional engineering disguised as a run of show. Here's a fun parallel. Think about how movie trailers always front-load the most exciting clips, even if those scenes happen at the end of the film. Early event performers do the exact same thing, giving you the highlight reel energy up front so your expectations are set and your curiosity is hooked. One underrated trick early vendors use is direct audience interaction, like asking someone their name or pulling a volunteer, because it creates instant social investment. Once you're personally involved, even a little bit, your brain treats the rest of the performance like it's partly about you, and nobody leaves a story they're in. There's also something to be said about the vendor's own nervous energy, because performing first means you don't have to sit backstage watching everyone else go and spiraling into your own head. Some performers actually prefer the early slot because it gets the jitters out and lets them enjoy the rest of the event like a normal human being. The broader lesson here is that attention isn't something you can demand from an audience. It's something you have to earn in the first 30 seconds or lose forever. Vendors who book early slots and actually prepare for them understand that you're not just performing, you're setting the emotional foundation for an entire experience. So next time you're at an event and the first act comes out swinging with confetti cannons and crowd work, just know that's not chaos. That's a calculated strategy wrapped in glitter. And if you want to learn more about how our company helps connect event vendors with the right strategies and opportunities, check out the links in the description.